favorite things on a hot day is a nice fizzy beverage, but I don't drink soda anymore. So a lot of people have heard of kombucha, which is a live fermented beverage. But today we're actually going to make live Beet Kvass. So Beet Kvass is actually a drink made from beets, and it's live fermented. So it's really easy, and thank you to the ball jar company. They've given us a grant to use these mason jars to teach you how to use these for all kinds of cool stuff. So all we do for Beet Kvass is we're going to cut up some beets, raw beets. We don't need to cook them. So I usually just kind of take off the nasty bits, like the top, kind of peel some of the funky stuff off. All this stuff just sort of harbors bacteria, so you could either scrub it really well, you know, under the sink, some hot water, or you can just kind of cut it off. You can even peel it if you want to, but I'm not going to go that far. I'm just going to get like the hairy bits off that could have dirt. Alright, so that's all we need to do there. Then we're going to cut it up into pretty small pieces. We don't want it to be too small or like shredded or juiced, because then it's going to actually give off too much sugar and it's going to ferment too fast. So just pieces about like this. Alright, and we're going to take our clean mason jar. Alright, this is a special edition green version. Make sure you get all the water out. Alright, we're just going to throw it in. We're kind of going to fill it up about a quarter full to be nice and rich. You can make it fuller, you could also make it less full depending on how many beets you have. It doesn't really matter. It's just going to be a nice, like stronger flavor the more beets you put in. So essentially we're making like beet tea out of this. And then what's going to happen is we're going to add a culture to it. And that culture is going to actually start to feed on the sugars that are in the beet juice that's coming out slowly from the beets. Alright? Again, it doesn't matter how you chop these. Be rough, it doesn't have to look pretty. Just throw them in. That's probably all we need, that's plenty. Alright? And now we're going to fill it up with nice, clean, filtered water. Couldn't be any easier. Just fill it up with water. And then we're going to do a pinch of salt. We have some local sea salt from here in Hawaii. Just a pinch of salt. Now this isn't like other fermented foods like kimchi and stuff. You don't have to pack it with salt. It doesn't have to be super salty. And then we're going to add some kind of culture. Now what I do normally is I add a little bit of live cultured miso to it. Right? But what I'm going to do, because we've already got a batch going, is I can actually just add a little bit of this one to add the probiotics to the new one. Alright, so this one's already fermented. I had put some miso in it. And so now all I need to do is put about a tablespoon in here. And so what that's doing is it's adding the good probiotic cultures that are going to ferment the beets and basically make this into a tangy, sweet drink. Alright.
How much miso would you put in it?
So if I'm going to do miso, only about a quarter to half a teaspoon. And just make sure you kind of like dissolve the miso in the water, because miso is kind of thick. Alright? Now with this particular beverage, we are going to seal it with one of the tops. Alright, so you're going to seal it, and then you're going to put it in a nice dark place. You don't want it out in the sun, because the sun is actually going to kill the good probiotics. So you're going to put it in a nice dark place, maybe in your kitchen. Like I have it like in a cupboard, okay, and I usually put like a plate under it in case some of the juice leaks out. And then you're going to leave it out for about 2 to 3 days. Alright, and you're going to notice that it's going to get a lot darker. And then when you open it, there's actually going to be some fizzing that happens. And that means that the good probiotics are munching away on the sugars. And then when you taste it, it's going to be nice and tangy. So here's our final product. You can see it's a lot darker. There's actually some little bubbles. It's kind of hard to see, but there's some little bubbles coming off of the beets. That's a good sign. That's what we want. It's clean on top. There's no mold growing. Alright? You smell it, and it smells like beets, but it kind of has a little bit of a tangy, fermented smell to it. Okay? And then we're just going to go ahead and let people taste it. Now obviously this is going to be really good chilled, because it's, you know, especially when it's hot out. So you can chill it, you can serve it over ice. Try that. Oh, that's for So the point isn't to eat the beets because you're basically leaching the good stuff, all the good sugars and red pigments out of the beets. The point is to drink the juice.
Can you use anything else as a starter other than miso?
Yeah, you can also probably use something like kombucha. I've even heard of people using probiotic like supplements. Any kind of live fermented food is going to be a good starter. There you go. This is Beet Kvass.
Carrots.
So thank you.